Hi everyone, Nick Kretikos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight we are filming in my old studio. So whether you're watching live or the replay, more than likely the replay since it's so early on in the video, let me know, do me a favor, and let me know down below if you guys have seen my basement studio before. So let me know if you've been following me for at least a year, and I want to say like 3 months, since we really kind of stopped doing them. Occasionally we pop in here in the basement studio, but it's been a long time since it's been a regular thing. So tonight I thought we would do something completely different, or at least different to you guys. We've been working with these flocked reeds a whole lot in the Wreath community, but we're going to take a break from using them in the Wreath community and use one tonight for you. So also, too, right off the bat, before I forget, today and tomorrow, so the 1st and 2nd, we have our bargain box program opened up again. So we have a limited amount of new memberships or new people that can sign up. The box is $60 for approximately $75 to $80 worth of product, and you save an additional $15 in shipping because the shipping is free on the box. So anywhere in the United States, you can get a box of goodies that are seasonally appropriate. So everything is handpicked by me and Dad, of course. And it's all stuff that we use in upcoming tutorials. So I do want to give you guys a sneak peek of one item that's going to be in the bargain box. Well, not a sneak peek, I'll just tell you. It is a teardrop swag. So yes, we're including a teardrop swag amongst many other things, including signs, ribbons, picks, maybe some greenery, maybe some berries, for $60. So it's kind of hard to beat. And, you know, this one is actually the best bargain box that we've had so far. So last month was an incredible bargain box, but this one looks to be even better. So again, sign up is just for today and tomorrow only, then we close. And then the next time you have the opportunity to join the bargain box is the 1st and 2nd of December. So it's kind of your last chance to join. So if we have any openings in December, we'll let you guys know. But we probably have another 12 or so left from this time around. All right, so what I'm doing right off the bat is fluffing open my wreath. And since we're not going to be covering this wreath completely, we're only going to be designing on a fraction of it. We do want to make sure that we fluff it rather nicely. Who do we have here? Hey, Jojo. Yeah, drop a comment. Let me know that you're here. I'm doing it old school, so I'm using my phone on my tripod, and then I'm reading comments off of my phone since I don't have my iPad here. Dad got me an iPad a few months back, and we keep it at the warehouse, and it makes life so much easier. That was probably one of the best gifts I've ever received. All right, so it's nice and fluffed, and we can continue to tweak it. All right, let's work in our ribbon. So for today's ribbon, I have chosen 2, and they just so happen to be from last month's bargain box. So last month's members got both of these ribbons, I believe. We have this 1.5 inch with the black, silver, and red. Item number of RGE 1349. We also have the 2.5 inch. So I always like to, get ribbons in stock on our website in as many different sizes and colors as possible, and we're going to use both of them tonight. So although it's the same print, we're going to have extra texture by working in both widths. RGE 1350. Hey, Robin. So pull the plastic off of that. How many of you guys have worked with a flocked wreath before? So they're one of my favorites. And like I said, if you're a Wreath community member, you're probably sick of looking at these because I've used them a ton in the last couple of weeks. But for a good reason, they're so pretty. So we're going to start off by cutting 2 lengths of tails. I'm just going to snip off that folded edge on both of them. And then cut a length of tails. So let's cut however long that is. And down here in the studio, Alex actually painted 2 doors, 4 colors. We have an emerald green. We have a red door that you guys might have seen earlier. So if you saw that North Pole Christmas wreath earlier, that's one of the sides of the doors. Then we also have a black door and an ice blue door. And I'm really looking forward to taking pictures of new designs on all of them. So let's do a funky bow. We haven't done one of those in a while. So to create a funky bow, I already cut lengths of tails. Then what we're going to do is we're going to create essentially a bunch of loops and extra tails. So let's see how big we want to make our bow. That's about a 4.5 inch loop. with about a 6 to 8 inch tail. And that looks perfect to me. So we're gonna snip off our ribbon here and repeat that process over and over again, switching between both widths. So like I said, by seeing the same ribbon in the same print, you might be thinking, well, why are you working in the same ribbon? Isn't that kind of a waste of 2 rolls of ribbon? But you're gonna see in the end what the difference is when it comes to the texture. So there's one piece coming back in with our 2.5 inch, and just kind of alternate the sides as well. So we started with the big loop on the right. We're gonna place our next loop kind of above. Let's readjust that ribbon. There we go. There's 2. Come back in with another 1.5 inch. But as the texture already pulling up, just seeing the width difference, it makes for such a unique bow. So don't be afraid of using the same ribbon. So that's 2. We're going to do 3 just for a bigger impact. So from both of these rolls of ribbon, you should be able to create 2 full-size bows, if not more, depending on how many loops and how big they are. So if you're just tuning in, bargain boxes are open. We have limited quantities this month, like we have been, and they're open for today and tomorrow. If you've already purchased a bargain box, you do not need to repurchase one unless your membership was terminated, due to failed payment or card change. Then you'll need to purchase a new one. But I know lots of you guys are excited for it, and I don't want you guys to miss out. I'm really excited. This one includes a teardrop swag this month. So it's like a special treat. So there we have our bow. I just placed the tails underneath it. Now we're going to come back in with a pipe cleaner. So I'm just taking a red pipe cleaner and securing it. And thank you guys so much for the shares. I see we're at over 300 viewers. If you don't mind doing me a favor and sharing this video, it helps me reach and inspire others and grow our business. So I appreciate each and every one of you that takes a second to share. Just taking our bow. Since this wreath is the same all the way around, we can place this virtually anywhere. So I'm going to place mine right here. And just because this is on the left-hand side does not mean if we rotate the wreath, it'll still be on the left-hand side. So it doesn't really make a difference where you place it on an evergreen form. Okay, so now what we can do is start dovetailing. So we're going to dovetail all of our tails. If you've never seen me dovetail before, what you do is you take your tail, fold it in half, and cut from the middle out towards the wired edge at an angle. And that just adds a professional touch. I'm excited for this wreath, you guys. I think it's going to be pretty against the black door or the red door. So another thing, too, with funky bows is if you're never sure exactly how big you want your bow to be, you're better off cutting your tails longer than you anticipate because it's always easier to take some off. If you end up cutting your tails too short, unfortunately, there's nothing you can really do besides make a whole other bow. So just keep that in mind as you start to make bows. Okay, a couple more tails it looks like. This tail's a little bit long, so we can trim this up. Trim this. Looks like this is our final tail. Now what we can do is pull our longer tails down below and then start fluffing our bow. Trim up any of those super duper long tails. And how pretty does those two ribbons that are the same, just different widths, look together? And hopefully at this point in time, you guys are able to see a clear difference in width. But when you look at it from a distance, you're just seeing that beautiful ribbon and you're not really noticing that subtle change. And we'll just have our longer tails swoop down below. Another thing you can do, oops, sorry, let me just move this out of the way. Another thing you can do is just kind of cut the tails different widths. That way you have kind of that indentation. So here we have a longer tail, here we have a shorter tail, and so on and so forth. And that just adds even more visual interest. This one's still a little long. Trim that back a bit. All right. What do you think? I love that. That looks so pretty all on its own. You don't need to add anything else. I think that looks great. But we're not going to stop there. You knew that. So let's work in more. We're going to start with some berries. So here we have some brand new berries that you guys have been purchasing the heck out of. So these are some of our red berries. Item number of EW0132. Look how pretty. Alice says, beautiful. Thank you, Alice. So we got those that we can work in. Let me show you a few other things that I brought over. As you probably can hear, I brought some jingle bells. So these, we have even more coming in. So all of the colors we have at the moment are matte, but we have our shiny ones coming in. So here's the black bells, XC427502. And these we definitely going to work in. I love that. Also brought some poinsettias. Ready? Let's open this up together. So how many of you guys are Bargain Box members? I don't know what do I call it? Bargain Box subscribers? Alex, what do you think? Subscribers? Bargain Box owners? Maybe Bargain Box owners. So if you are, look forward to this box. This box will be shipping out probably in a few days or so. Oh, look at these. Item number of NF409036. And we got to work these in. These are too beautiful to pass up. So if I don't work these in now, chances are they're going to sell really quick. We only have a few left. These have been flying. So I might as well get to enjoy them a bit. That's a big flower head. That's got to be like 8-9 inches across at least. So just dipping our stem in our glue skillet. And we'll place one down below. There's one. Oh, you guys are going to love the next thing that I have. We have some leaves that match this. So these are black velvet. And anything velvet for Christmas and winter is so me. I love velvet. It always looks great in everything. And out of all of the ribbons that I use on a daily basis, for about 2.5 to 3 weeks of the year at Christmas time, I go through more velvet in yardage than any other ribbon at any other time of the year. So velvet here in New England is very, very popular. So notice too that I'm kind of lifting it up a little bit and bringing the petals back down. The reason I'm doing that is that this flower is so large that I do kind of want to make it a little bit smaller. So that's kind of a quick way to make your flowers smaller. So we'll dip that in our glue as well. And we'll place that up top. So that's two. I was thinking that we'd come back in with a third because I like working in odd numbers. Doesn't mean you have to. You guys already know that. There's no rule set in stone. If somebody tells you you can't do something, they are wrong. So if a designer out there is telling you you have to follow it this way or follow it my way, they're not right. Because you can do whatever you want. If you want to work in odds, by all means, it's a good rule of thumb to follow, but it's not a rule that's set in stone. And very few design things, I would say, are set in stone. More for me, what I follow is mechanics. So for instance, a big no-no is using a steel pick machine with reeds like this. So never use steel picks on evergreen forms or work forms, so like work reeds. So sometimes I see designers out there do that, and it makes me cringe because they're very, very sharp. I've cut myself plenty of times. All right, there is that. Let's come back in with more things. So I just want to let you guys know that we only have 4 of these left. We had 7. I brought home 3, which means I pulled them from the quantity. So unfortunately, we only have 4 left. So these are our black opulent sequined edge leaf spray. Look at these. Hands up. Who thinks these are beautiful? You guys like those? Hey, Nelda. I absolutely love them. I love them. So item number for these is MTX 64308. And I think the best choice for this is to actually just yank off each and every leaf. That way we have more control of exact placement. So if we want to place it exactly somewhere by pulling off each leaf, you're able to distribute it a little bit better and make it stretch as well. Okay. Move the bells for a second because those can get a little loud. And then I can show you guys how to work these in. So we'll just stretch out that wire, pull any of that fuzz off. We'll start down below, I think. Place a leaf there. So wreath making doesn't have to be expensive, and I think I'm pretty good about telling you guys that and showing you that with dollar store projects and whatnot. So something like this, you know, we have a simple evergreen wreath that you can purchase from Walmart. That's where this one came from. We have a few picks and sprays from us, and then 2 ribbons that you can make multiple designs out of. So a little goes a long way, and you don't have to be spending a fortune to get that beautiful look. Not every wreath has to be hundreds of dollars. Not every wreath has to be crazy intricate. And also, too, another thing is not every wreath has to be professional. Sometimes it's fun just to experiment and try different things and use what you have and keep things under a certain cost. So I have 1 more leaf from that spray. Then we'll break down a second spray. We'll place that there. Who agrees there? Not every wreath has to be expensive. So if you're watching this and you love these sequin leaves, definitely snag them. We only have 4 left. Maybe 5 if I decide not to use the 3rd one. But then, knowing me, I'll probably never go back and list it. And then it'll end up in a mystery box, or I'll throw it into one of your orders. And that's what we've been doing lately. Sometimes we have one of something and it just sits there and we just give it away. Sometimes things aren't listed and we're sick of looking at them. So instead of listing things that we've removed because the quantities were off, we'll just throw them in your box. So don't be surprised to see some things that you didn't order. We'll place that there. What do we do? 3 down below? We might come back in with a couple more just to kind of bring it out a bit. So that's 3. Let's do 4 up top. Or maybe we'll just go all the way around. Who knows? I love these leaves. You guys like it? So just a heads up for those of you just tuning in, bargain boxes are available again. $60 shipped to your door, includes shipping, for about $75 to $85, give or take, worth of products. I did announce tonight that this bargain box for November does include a teardrop swag, which is so awesome. Amongst other things, we have ribbons and picks and sprays, maybe some greenery and flowers and berries. And all of these boxes are hand-selected by me, and it's full of goodies that are for the correct season. So you're not going to be receiving Easter now. So basically, as a designer, anything that you see me use in these tutorials is stuff that you might see in the bargain box. It's just a way to save money and kind of have that hassle-free of ordering. Because if you trust me, hopefully you guys trust me in the decisions that I make and the stuff that I use. If you like my stuff and my designs and our products, then you'll definitely like the bargain box. So a few left. You can go to nicksbargainbox.com or you can just go to nicksseasonaldecor.com. All right, so that is that. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do we need anything else, or does that look pretty all on its own? That tail's a little bit long. Let's just trim this up a smidge. Ooh, that landed perfectly. There we go. So should we add a little bit more? Should we add some of those red berries? What else did I bring? We brought the bells. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the bells at this moment. We did bring these. As you guys know, Dad ordered these in every single color. But I'm not feeling that red with the red from the bow. So we're going to actually do without these. Let's see what everybody is saying. The general consensus. Beautiful design. World Series is on. Watching you in that. Thank you, Sue, for being here. Looks great. Thank you, Susan. Yeah? Yes, red berries. All right. Sorry, you guys. The berries were stuck to the jingle bells. So let's just pepper in a few of them. So item number for these berries is EW0132. We should have a decent amount of these. They have been going really quick, but not as little quantity as the opulent leaf spray. The poinsettias, I think we have a total of 36 left. So for these, we're just going to do the same thing that we did with the leaves. We're just going to place these in between, all the way around. Well, not all the way. Lift up the poinsettia. We'll place one behind there, so you see a little pop of red. So if you guys have any questions at all, feel free to comment them down below. And when I'm not looking over my shoulder, I'll be able to help you guys out. And if you have any questions about Bargain Box, feel free to ask too, because Alex is in the comments and she'll be happy to answer any questions you may have. One of the top questions that I've been seeing is, you know, is it a one-time thing? So it is not a one-time thing. It is a reoccurring membership or subscription where when you purchase a Bargain Box, you will get one each and every month. But another thing too is that, you know, the question asked earlier was, well, what if I decide I don't want one anymore? So you can cancel at any point. So it is a membership, but you can cancel after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, whenever your heart desires. But this month is Christmas, so I know most of you guys love Christmas as much as I do. So who doesn't want to save money on the beautiful Christmas items that we have coming in? All right, here's a second spray. So this red is a little bit off from the bow, but I think it actually works nicely because, you know, we're not adding this in the same way that we were adding or going to add those sprays, those pine sprays, which were covered in glitter. So this is kind of more like a natural berry. And I think it looks pretty against everything. So just lifting up, placing our berries even behind the bow. What you do to one side, you want to do to the other. Place a piece there. I think this turned out, or is turning out, so cute for using a handful of products. All right, let's come back in with a couple more of those berries. I did bring 4. I don't think it's going to take 4. So here's our third. And we don't need much. Let's stop at 4. So today was a crazy day at the warehouse. Me and Alex packed like 70 orders, amongst other things. Dad and Yaya packed another like 70 orders this morning. And we're getting through all of the pending orders that we have. So in the next day or two, all pending orders should go out. We did have a sale the other day, which, you know, I told most of you guys to expect, I don't want to say delays, because I think sending out products within 4 days or 5 days isn't really a delay. I think that's just standard shipping, but we're so used to sending out orders same day or next day that Dad stresses out. So Dad wants to make sure you guys get your things ASAP. Dad doesn't mess around when it comes to shipping. That piece fell out. Let's stick that back in. Then we have our long tails down below, which aren't going to look right until we hang it up. We'll cut this longish tail a little bit. Same with this one. And I think we don't need to add anything else. I think that looks really pretty all on its own. So just a few ingredients. You don't need to overdo things. You don't need to work in tons of things to have a beautiful outcome. So I'll hang this wreath up and show you guys how it turns out. I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. If you've made it this far, comment down below the word plaid, and I'll know you've watched this video from start to finish. Another thing, if you don't mind giving this video a thumbs up and a share, I appreciate it. It helps us inspire others. And since Christmas is right around the corner, we want to inspire as many people as possible. So thank you all. Bargain boxes are available, $60 shipped to your door anywhere in the U.S. for $80 to $85 worth of product, plus an additional $15 in savings on shipping. This month, we're including a teardrop. You can learn more at nicksbargainbox.com or nicksseasonaldecor.com. Same place where you can find all of these beautiful products. Be sure to follow us on Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you all. What's today, Alex? Today's Tuesday. I'll see you all tomorrow night. So I'll see you guys at 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. Another thing, too, is you can go to wreathcommunity.com and add events straight to your calendar for our upcoming lives and, awesome things. So love you guys. Have a great evening.